What's up, family? Man, um, I don't know why I'm smiling, but man, just blessed, just blessed. Man, I want to have a heart to heart with you guys this morning. Um, One of the subscribers, long-term subscriber, man, beautiful soul by the name of Jose, shot me a beautiful email um, asking about a piece of labradorite crystal that he had. Um, and so I want to talk about um, the labradorite is a crystal, but I want to. You guys know me, man. It is what it is, man. We can break it down and explain why I like that crystal so much. You know what I mean? Why I rock a lot of labradorite. Why I, um, man, just the lessons that I've learned from that crystal. You know what I mean? Stay with me. We're going somewhere. Man, family. So first, foremost, man, I'm gonna show you guys some of the labradorite. You guys have seen me wearing this a lot. Um, piece of beautiful piece of labradorite that somebody blessed me with. Uh, Beautiful stuff. Um, Somebody made this and blessed me with it. So that piece. This is a piece that I rock all the time. I'm always meditating with this piece. Um, when I do my meditations here at the place, man, I'll rock this in my hand and just be gone. You know what I mean? I'll be out of it. You know what I mean? I'll be in another dimension, in another realm. This is um, one of the pieces that I rock a lot. And I walk around sometimes just holding it in my hand, in the palm of my hand, like that, and just, man, just be gone. You know what I mean? And here's another piece. I have labradorite all over the place. I just pulled this out of one of my plants. Um, so I have labradorite in my plants. Um, And so the reason why I love this crystal so much, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the major reasons why you'll see me rocking this crystal and um, having this crystal around me all the time is because it's a constant reminder to me of who I am, of who I am. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. So often we'll see ourselves and we'll see all the things that we've gone through. And that paints a certain narrative to us of who we are. You know what I mean? That puts in our mind that, man, I shit, my family don't fuck with me. Man, my daddy don't really fuck with me. My mama don't really fuck with me tight. And damn, my kids are acting up. My siblings are fucking up. You know, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Stay with me. We're going somewhere. I promise you. And so it starts to paint a certain narrative in our life. That man, something has to be wrong with us. Something's messed up about us, and then we'll get in relationships that fail. And it's like, oh my God, fucking just put a bullet in my head already. Just send my ass out the fucking pasture. I'm done. You know what I mean? Because I can't get this shit right. Something's fucked up. Something's totally wrong with me. It has to be me because look at all these other people, that don't fuck with me, that don't get it, and da 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 da. And we get all caught up. That's the great majority of us. But then on the flip side of that, you got those narcissistic motherfuckers that flip everything around. It's like, man, it's not me. It's all them motherfuckers that's fucked up. You know what I mean? I'm the perfect one. I'm the da 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 da. You know what I mean? That's not what we're talking about today. Stay with me. And so the great majority of us will go down that rabbit hole of, man, self doubt, self anger, self hatred, abandonment. We'll reject ourselves. We'll reject our own purpose. You know what I mean? We just can't fuck with ourselves. You know what I mean? Because we see ourselves a certain way. Maybe we've made some mistakes in the past that we regret. And man, it's like, damn, I fucked that up. That's why all these people don't fuck with me because I'm a fuck up and da da da. And we'll go down that rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Or somebody else has done stuff to us. And it's just like, oh my God, see, that's just proof, that I'm not shit. I'm not worthy. My motherfucking man left me for this bitch that's don't look as good as I do, or she got 5 kids, or whatever the case may be, or she a hoe, or uh, my woman left me for some freaking dude that's out on the block that belonged to the streets. You know what I mean? This motherfucker's always in and out of the penitentiary and da 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 da. And I got a job, I'm stable, and da da da. I don't get why these bitches are doing da 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 da. And we have all these things that be going through our minds. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I promise you about what's going on within us, and how come shit just ain't right for us. And one day I picked up a piece of Labradorite, and like there was this piece right here, and I saw it at the store, and I was like, fuck that shit. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. It ain't nothing. It just didn't appeal to me. You know what I mean? And something made me go back and pick it up, and it's like, you know what? I like the fact that it fits right in the palm of my hand. Picked up. It's the only reason why I got it consciously. The only reason why I got it. And so as I was driving, I had it in my hand, just driving. And you guys will see me make videos about this, me just driving. I'll be on the road all the time, and I was out in California. And I would just have it in one palm of my hand, just hand on the steering wheel, and I'd just be gone down the road. And one day I looked at it. It's like, I like green. I had this thing for green. It's my second favorite color. And that's the color that I see, But I looked at it and it's like, oh, okay, it looks dull, it's da da da. And what God had to show me was, Elijah, this is you. Stay with me, I'm going to say, Elijah, that crystal that you see in your hand, that's you. Look at it. It's dull, it's dark, it's blah. But I want you to do something, Elijah. Take that same crystal that you don't really like too much. You just rocking with it just because it fits in the palm of your hand. You know that there's some connection there, but you don't understand what it is. Take that same crystal. Now I want you to just slightly turn it. And as I begin to slightly turn, I can't, it's not, the lighting ain't doing it the justice that it deserves. And so as I begin to slightly turn it, let's see if we can get this clear. It ain't gonna do it because I'm on camera. So as you slightly turn it, you start seeing all these other different colors. You start seeing all these different hues. I start seeing purples and, man, just blues and dark greens and just all kinds of different colors, right? And I'm like, okay, God, well, hold on, wait a minute. I didn't see that when I first got it. I didn't see all of that when I first picked up this stone. What are you showing me? I start seeing rainbows and just all different kinds of things that I hadn't seen at first. And I was like, hold on, wait, time out. That's not the stone that I picked up. You know what I mean? It didn't have all that in there. And what God had to show me was all that was always there. You just didn't see it because you was looking at it from the wrong perspective. You was looking at it from the wrong angle. And I was like, oh my God, look at the blues and the yellows and the golds and the purples and just the light greens and the dark greens and just the rainbows and just, I'm tripping, right? On this crystal. Like, oh my God, I didn't know all that was in there. Wow, this thing is bad. I like this. This is like magical. You know what I mean? This is magical how all these colors just appear and all these hues and just things just show up when I didn't see it initially. I didn't know all that was there until I start turning it in the palm of my hand and start looking at it. And when you get more lighting around, you do it outside in the sunlight. Oh my gosh, it's even better. It's a lot better, I promise you. As soon as I'm turning it in the car, in the truck, and I'm driving, it's like, oh my God, this thing is vibrant. This thing is like on fire. This thing is lit. You know what I mean? I'm tripping off this crystal. The same crystal that I didn't really want to fuck with. I was just holding it just for GP, holding it because, man, it fit nicely in the palm of my hand. But what God had to show me was, Elijah, that's you. That's you. That crystal is you. I'm like, what do you mean it's me? He said, Elijah, I need you to tell the people, I need you to understand that's how y'all see yourself. As blah, as dark, as dull, as dead, and da 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 da, all this other stuff. That's boring and da da da. But I need you to understand when you put that same crystal, that same rock in the light, me, God, put that same crystal in the light. and just turn it just slightly. I need you to understand that's how I see you. The same boring, dull, blah person that you saw. You don't see it when the light shines on it. You don't see it when you see it from a different perspective. You don't see that dull when you turn it to slightly to the left or slightly to the right or downward or upward. You see all these other things. Why? Because that's how God sees us. God sees us from all angles at the same time. Source, universe, the Most High sees every single one of us from every single angle at the same time. And so we're looking at ourselves and we're like, oh my God, my life sucks. Oh my God, this job is killing me. This relationship sucks and da 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 da. And nobody's gonna love me. Nobody's gonna value me. Nobody's gonna appreciate me. Nobody respects me. Nobody cherishes me. And da 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 da. Nobody fucks with me. Da da da. I'm this boring, blah, humbug person. I just go to work and come home and go to work and come home. And nobody gets me. Nobody understands. Man, there's this funny side to me. Man, there's this kid side to me. Man, there's this side to me that's lit. And man, I have a good time and I did it and that. But if people would just get to take the time to get to know me, if people would just take the time to spend some time with me, they'll see me from different perspectives and they'll see that I'm funny. They'll see that I'm good natured. They'll see that I'm loving, compassionate, and giving and da 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 and nurturing and all this other stuff. They'll see me instead of just a dull, boring person that they think they see. And so, what God had shown us, so many of us, so many of us, we see ourselves totally different from how God, Source, Universe, the Most High sees us. And sometimes He has to bring crystals or different things in your life to remind you of who you are. To remind you of how magical and how beautiful, how fucking awesome you really are. You're fucking amazing. You got to learn to get out of your perspective, out of that narrow-minded perspective of low self-esteem, to see yourself the way God sees you. When you start seeing the different colors and the different perspectives and the angles that are attached to you or that are within you, you take a total different perspective. You take a total different, I can't get the light in here. You take a total different view of how God sees you, of how you really are. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. You're an amazing person. You're a beautiful person. You're a magical person. You're a mystical person. Man, there's so much more to you than you think. So much more to you than you think. You've been taught that you wasn't shit. You've been made to believe that you wasn't important. You've been made to believe that you had no value. The only thing you were good for is sex. The only thing you were good for is bringing money to the table because of your job. The only thing you was good for is because you got a place to stay, whether that's because you're on welfare or because you got a job. Nah, you're more valuable than that. You're more important than that. You're more beautiful than that. You're more powerful than that. And so I rock with this crystal a lot because it's a reminder to me of who I am, of who I am. And it's not about, oh, on the outside, I'm beautiful. It's not about on the outside, oh, I got these muscles and tattoos and da da da, and people are going to be attracted to me. Because the trick is, there's a lot of people, for whatever reason, that are intimidated to talk to me. There's a lot of people that, for whatever reason, they see me as a whole, or they see me, oh, he look good. I know he a dog. There's a lot of women with that stupid ass fucking perspective. Oh, that motherfucker look too good. He full of himself. Oh, that motherfucker fine. I know he got a bunch of bitches. That's not me at all. That's their perspective because that's their experiences in life. Not with me, but that's their experiences in life. That's their ignorance, their perspective nonetheless. And everybody's entitled to their own perspective of you, just like you were entitled to your own perspective of you. Just like you saw yourself as this dull piece of rock, not knowing the beauty and everything that was within it until you put it in the light and start looking at it from different angles. It wasn't until then you realized your worth. It wasn't until then you realized your value and all that you have to offer. We got to get connected to source. We got to get within the light to see who we really are. See, a lot of people are intimidated by the light because, man, I see my cracks. I see my blemishes. There's a crack on here somewhere. I see my cracks and I see my blemishes, and I don't want to see that, but they completely ignore all the beauty and the colors and the life. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. Man, I hope and pray that I said something to bless you, to encourage you, to challenge your way of thinking. Man, you are a beautiful soul. A beautiful soul. You're a precious being. It's one thing to think that sometimes. It's a totally different thing to know that. We say, I know I'm this and I'm that, but we really don't know it. We really don't believe it. We'll say it, but we don't believe it. My hope and prayer is that you learn to fall in love with you. You learn to appreciate and value all that you have to offer. And that you discover what all you have to offer, other than just the financial aspects, other than just the sex, other than just being a cook, other than just being a mom or a dad or a caregiver. There's so much more to you than just that. May you find your beauty. May you find your purpose. May you find your gifts and your talents. Man, I love you guys. I thank you for being with me on this beautiful journey that we call life. Happy healing. Peace.